So today we're talking about DDG because his fan base is completely fixated on Halle, and now they're spiraling over her new man, Scott Bridgeway. They're in full hate farming mode, crashing out online and even raging outside the Grammys because they couldn't get inside. And the clown behavior from Black Boy Max trying to stir up hatred in some random Twitch chat yesterday was beyond absurd. I don't even want to repost half of what I saw, but I do need to explain it to you because it was vile, seriously. So people are literally using AI to doctor Halle Bailey's Grammy red carpet photos, claiming she's blown up, and prompting Grok or other AI tools to label her as Lizzo. That's the level of parasocial obsession, trolling, harassment, cyberbullying. Pick a word, it fits. Then you still have people to this very day tweeting and calling Halle Bailey a rapist. Yes, you heard that right, calling Halle Bailey a rapist. And it is beyond disgusting. And on top of that, y'all are trying to shade her man, which makes no sense, because he's just gonna block you. You feel me? He's not chasing attention like DDG. He's not trying to live in headlines like DDG. He's not chasing trends, clout, or internet fame. He's focused on making heat, producing hits, and winning Grammys, something your fave hasn't done, something your fave DDG hasn't done. Where are his Grammys? Where was Black Boy Max's Grammy nomination yesterday? Exactly. Y'all have truly lost the plot. And when I say y'all, you know exactly who I mean. The ones flooding every social media platform with hate messages. The ones posting disgusting things about Halle Bailey. Halle has moved on. Why can't you? Why is it so hard to accept that DDG and Halle are done? I even saw some of y'all after the Daddy J and India Love situation blew up exactly like I said it would, having the audacity to push fake reconciliation rumors, claiming Halle and DDG got back together for the baby. You mean the baby DDG allegedly barely sees? Let's really talk about it. Do you want to talk about the child DDG rarely sees? Because when exactly is that happening if he's streaming 24/7 on supposed visitation days? Like, is it not clicking for you? Being chronically online, obsessed with fan reactions, and constantly pushing false narratives says a lot about DDG, because he knows fully that Halle Bailey has moved on. He knows fully that she's on the Grammys red carpet with her man while he's sitting back, and yet he's allowing his fans to attack the mother of his child. That's disrespectful. It's nasty. It's out of line. It's unacceptable. And then some of y'all say, well, anonymously, I don't think DDG would support that. Oh, he supports it. Want to know why? Guess what DDG tweeted? Yeah, guess what he tweeted? A few hours ago, he tweeted the following, and let's break it down. DDG tweeted, streamers are richer and more influential than your traditional celebrity. So who is that about? Who are you talking to? What point are you trying to make? Because last time I checked, your ex is a celebrity. So are you shading Halle Bailey? Are you trying to claim you're more relevant, more wealthy than Halle Bailey? Like, make it make sense. And it's incredibly tone-deaf to tweet that right after the Grammys, right after a night full of positivity. Positivity for Kendrick Lamar, positivity for his writers, producers, and the entire culture being celebrated. Positive interviews everywhere, Halle glowing all night. And if you watched the Grammys, you also saw the trailer, again, for Halle Bailey's upcoming movie dropping in a few months. Everything was positive. But some of you streamers are addicted to negativity. You thrive on hate farming. You invent invisible beefs just to keep streaming. And honestly, it's exhausting. Black Boy Max is up here acting scared of Halle Bailey's man, playing this fake respect card like, oh, I can't say anything out of respect for DDG, as if DDG was anywhere near the Grammys. Like, where was he? Seriously, what are we even doing right now? This behavior is childish, it's embarrassing, and it's beneath a lot of y'all. Then you pivot to trying to downplay the Grammy wins with this weak argument of, well, only 60% of producers get Grammys. Do y'all even know how many tracks Scott Bridgeway produced on that album? Do you realize his name is officially listed as a producer who is receiving a Grammy? Why are y'all pretending to be slow? Why are you acting brand new? I literally told y'all in a previous video that Scott Bridgeway was already on that stage before the televised broadcast. He was up there with the other producers, like, yeah, we're the core contributors to this GNX album. I also told you months ago that Scott Bridgeway was nominated for 5 Grammys, 5 out of the 9 Kendrick Lamar was nominated for, and his name is attached to all 5 of those nominations. He walked away with 3 Grammys out of the 5. What part of this is confusing? Y'all are mad because Hallebailey leveled up, period. You convinced yourselves she was going to be stuck under DDG forever, trapped in mess, chaos, and nonsense, never allowed to move on. You really thought she was just going to sit there and tolerate DDG's behavior indefinitely. And because DDG hasn't found anyone remotely on Halle's level, someone who opens doors, moves gracefully, is genuinely kind, respected, and happy, you're spiraling. She got him into rooms he can't access anymore. She's the sweetheart. She's the one actually glowing. And instead of accepting that, y'all try to ruin her joy. I saw the comments under Halle's tweets. She and her man are openly celebrating happiness. She's feeling good. She's posting her Grammy looks, living her life, and y'all can't stand it. You absolutely cannot handle it. Because in your minds, Halle being happy means DDG fumbled, and y'all don't want to say that part out loud. You don't want to publicly admit that DDG fumbled. So instead, you hate farm Halle and try to drag her man too. But here's the part you don't get. They don't care. The internet is not real life. In real life, Hallebailey and Scott Bridgeway are happy, successful, and thriving. That's the reality. And Scott Bridgeway doesn't need to live online like DDG. He doesn't need to sell a persona, spin narratives, or manufacture relevance. And what really sends me is DDG trying to put himself in the same category as Kai Cenat. That comparison alone is laughable. It's the arrogance, it's the narcissism, it's the audacity, the sheer nerve to think you're even remotely in the same lane. Once Kai stepped away, it's like everything collapsed. These streamers don't know what to do with themselves anymore. At least when India Love was around, DDG had something to distract himself, even while doing weird stuff like stalking Chloe Bailey's lives, sending gifts, watching who she dated, hovering around Burna Boy and others. The attachment to the Bailey sisters was always strange. Anytime there was proximity, DDG magically appeared. It was uncomfortable. And now, post-Grammys, anytime something positive happens for Halle, here come the haters. Here come the DDG fans, always trying to ruin moments, always trying to poison joy. Halle told y'all she's happy. She told y'all she's good. She told y'all she's Gucci, and y'all still can't process it. She said she's that girl. She said she's genuinely happy, and y'all still can't handle it at all. What I don't understand is how a couple that broke up a long time ago, end of 2024, can still be stalked non-stop going into 2026. They've moved on. They're in a new relationship. They're happy. Her man is successful. So why all this hate farming? Why lie on Hallebailey? Because let's be very clear, if any of the allegations y'all are throwing around had even a shred of truth, she would not have custody of her child. Y'all don't even hear yourselves anymore. You're so consumed by hatred over Halle leaving DDG that logic has left the building. DDG didn't treat her right. Why would she stay? But the false accusations, the AI edits, the doctored images, trying to make her look unhealthy or grotesque, that's beyond too much. It's disgusting. And I will continue to say this. It starts and ends with DDG. His silence tells me everything. The fact that he refuses to shut this down tells me he's encouraging it. There were receipts of him doing this before. There are receipts of him discussing Halle's private life in spaces that never belonged. Until DDG shuts this down, which I've been calling him to do for a long time, this hate farming won't stop. But I will keep calling it out. I will keep bringing attention to it, because enough is enough. Every time Halle steps out and wins, I'm tired of having to make these videos. That's where I'm ending this one. Let me know what you think in the comments.